Hey babes, it's your girls Bebe, and I'm back with another video. And today we are doing a foundation review. Yes, I'm a little behind because some things happened. AKA, I did film this video, and while I was editing it, I realized the color was so off with my background and everything, and I wanted to make sure if I'm doing a foundation review that I get the best coloring on my camera for you guys. So this is me refilming the video all over again from scratch. So before we get into this video, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Follow me on all my social media platforms at It's Zay Baby. So the foundation we are talking about is Urban Decay's Face Bond Foundation. So your girl, she's been getting invited to more events lately, and I got invited to the Urban Decay event here in Toronto where they launched the Face Bond Foundation, and I got to talk to some people that worked at Urban Decay, meet other influencers in Toronto, and also find my correct shade for the Face Bond Foundation. However, because I was wearing a full face of foundation, and when it came time for me to find my foundation shade, we picked a color. However, the shade was way too dark for me, way too dark. They gave me 35 deep warm neutral. Even if I were to get extremely tan, like I would have to be in the sun like crazy for this to be my foundation shade. I might insert a clip right here so you can see how it looked like on me. It just looked really dark. So I put the foundation all over my face using the brush because obviously I like a more full coverage look. So I went ahead and found myself a shade that I think might suit me a little bit better. This is 32 medium deep warm golden. I don't really like to use too much like yellow golden undertones. Honestly, I would rather it be maybe a little bit neutral, slightly, a little bit on the red side, just a little bit. But I'm gonna make it work anyway. So I'm going to do a wear test today. I'm actually going to an event today, so it'll be perfect because I'll be out and about, talking to people outside. So we'll get the real, true feeling of this foundation. Along with this, they also gave me their new, I'm not sure if it's new or not, but the All-Nighter Face Primer. They gave me that, and it also gave me a full size of the All-Nighter spray. But I will not be using the setting spray today because I want to see if this foundation can stand the test of time without any setting spray. So, okay, so let's get into the specs of this foundation because I always like to see what the brand says and how they sell the item and how they market it to us. So I'm curious, okay? It is a ultra thin, medium coverage foundation with skincare benefits of a serum. It's natural matte finish, medium buildable coverage, skincare benefits of a serum formulated with 3% niacinamide. I hope I said that right. Improves skin's texture, feel. No powder needed. It's formulated with self-setting powder to absorb sweat and oil. So, I'm actually not going to set my face either with any setting powder. We're just going to let it rock. Has instant blurring effect, non-comedogenic, non-acnegenic, waterproof, humidity-proof, sweat-proof foundation, smudge and transfer-proof, up to 24-hour wear. Comes in 40 shades for olive tones, and it has a patent pending precision dropper. No mess and precise application, okay? So, I know it's a lot, but I just like to always read that part of any new product that I get. That way we kind of understand the purpose of the product, okay? So Urban Decay gives us about 3 ways that you can apply this foundation. For a more natural look, you want to use like a sponge. For to build more of a full coverage look, you use a brush. And then for maximum coverage, they said use your fingers. So today I'm going to definitely do all 3. Why not? We're going to do all 3. So one side I'm going to do sponge, other side I'm going to do with a brush, and then with the sponge, well, with my fingers on the sponge side, I'm going to see how I can get maximum coverage. So that's what we're going to do today. And like I said, the shade I'm using is 32 medium deep warm golden. I don't know if it fits my skin shade or whatever, but we are going to find out right now. So first I'm going to go in with the primer. And I'm going to do 2 pumps. 2 pumps, because why not? I really like how this primer feels on my skin. Like, it's really smooth, it's really soft, it's not sticky. Even though I think they called it like a gripping primer, I'm not feeling much of the grip. You know, it's a little, not much of a grip, because I did say grip on the box, but it feels like a regular primer to me, but it's very smoothing, very soft. Like, I like the way it makes my skin look. It looks kind of blurred almost. Like, it looks perfect. So let's get into the foundation. I have my beauty sponge already. This is a tip of the foundation that they were talking about. It's supposed to be mess free and just easy to use. So I'm going to put a little bit of it on my tray right here. I don't know if y'all can see it that much. And I'm gonna use a sponge. I feel like the sponge is definitely gonna give a natural look, because I feel like when you use sponge to put on your foundation, I feel like it absorbs a lot of the product, so that's why you get more of a natural like finish. That's just me though. So I'm going to apply it. Okay, I like the shade. I like the shade. This is definitely more my shade, I find. So I'm gonna just dab it all over. Let me zoom in a little bit more so y'all can see what's going on. Still using that one little drop. I'm just applying on this half of my face. Okay, so this is the foundation applied with a sponge on the side of my face. This is how it looks like. So no foundation. Foundation applied with a sponge. And honestly, I like it. It's very, very subtle, very natural, like as if I'm not really wearing anything on my face, which I do like. It's given natural. You can still see some of my you can still see my texture, but I do have like naturally very textured skin right now. So it is what it is. You are gonna see it poking through. You still see some of my little scars going on and whatnot, which I don't mind, because like I said, it looks very natural. The shade, I feel like I could have went a shade lighter, like a slight shade lighter. But because summer's around the corner, I feel like eventually this might be a little bit more appropriate for me. But I feel like one more shade would be better for me, honestly. But it's not bad. Like, compared to this shade, the shade I got swatched at the event, yeah, this is way, 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 way better. And when you touch it, it's like pretty dry. It's not wet already because it does self-set. But yeah, it's not wet at all. I'm going in with a clean foundation brush, so no other foundation is on it, so we get the true color and true coverage. So we're gonna apply it on this cheek. Already you see the coverage with the brush. Like, already you can see the coverage just on my cheek alone. So this is how it looks like with one layer of the foundation applied with a brush, and this is how it looks like with the sponge. So I like the coverage here. It's giving me more of a medium light to medium coverage still. Well, this gave me more of a lighter coverage. This is more towards a medium coverage side. But I feel like if I definitely add like more foundation, I'm definitely gonna get more of a fuller coverage appearance. But right now, I'm not mad at it. I'm not mad at it. And I'm touching it, and it's not my hands. It's not sticky. It's not wet or anything like that. Can you see it transfer? I'm not sure y'all can see it transfer. Not much of a transfer, to be honest. My hand is a little bit brown, but it's not crazy. Especially that if you ever try like foundation that's like wet and you touch your face, like your whole handprint will literally be your color. But not too much of a transfer. Not too bad. Not too bad. Okay, so I am going to use my fingers, and I am going to actually apply it on the foundation side. The side where I use a brush to see if I get more of a coverage. This is how my face looks like after I applied more foundation using my fingers. That's what the brand suggested if you wanted a more full coverage look. And honestly, I keep like putting my bonnet behind my ears as if I got like long hair or something. So just let me live a little bit. But I definitely focus more of the foundation like right here, and I do see more of a coverage. But honestly, I don't really like using my fingers to be applying foundation. Like, it just creates a mess for me, and I just don't like it. So I would definitely prefer using a brush when it comes to doing my makeup all over. I'm not mad at sponge. I feel like I would probably do a sponge on a light day where I really don't want to like a lot of makeup on my face, just like a nice like even skin tone but very subtle. But this is how the foundation is. I'm gonna like slap in my face. Let me use my other hand. You don't see much of a transfer, to be honest. Not much of a transfer. And I didn't set it, so let me get Oh, let's get a paper towel. Let's see what happens if I use a paper. Look, clean paper towel. No, no transfer, y'all. I don't know if y'all can see it. I know it's like really bright, but yeah, like not much of a transfer going on. And this is something I didn't self-set. I didn't set it yet with any powder or anything like that. This is just straight on my face. So it does have a self-setting thing where you don't need to powder it. So this could be a game changer, to be honest. Like, less work to get like a flawless finish. So what I'm gonna do right now, I'm gonna do the rest of my face using this and then the brush, obviously, and then I'm gonna come back and just tell you guys more of my thoughts. So I end up applying the foundation all over my face using the brush, and I honestly love the brush, like 100% love the brush. The foundation is a little dark for me. I feel like 31 possibly would be a lot better. It's slightly dark, but it's okay. A little bit of concealer can totally fix this. It's a lot better than the shade before. So far, my thoughts about this, because it is a self-setting foundation, you have to kind of work pretty fast with this, because what I realized when I was putting the foundation on top of my skin again, using the brush up on top of like the previous layers, because it already self-set, it kind of had like a patchy look where you can see the second layer. I don't know if I'm making sense, but you can see the layer underneath and then the new layer on top, and it wasn't blending out really like smoothly. So you kind of have to work really, really quick with this because it is self-setting, so you don't get that weird patchiness of like super coverage, light coverage area on your face. So I would definitely suggest like working pretty quickly and working in areas, like work in the cheek area first and then your forehead, and then just work in like a circle, so that way you get like a perfect like smooth finish. That's my main thing. It is lightweight. I don't feel it on my face whatsoever. I actually, you know what? I do slightly feel on my face, maybe because it is self-set and you don't need any kind of like powder or anything. So I do feel a slight tightness, but it's still very comfortable. Very, very comfortable. So once again, we're going to get paper towel and we're going to see if it transfers. So let's go. Okay, you see I don't know if you can see like a slight brown on here. Like it's like a slight brown, but not bad. Like I said, if I were to use a like a wet foundation, a foundation that doesn't self set, this whole thing would be what you call it right now, brown. Let me grab another one and let me rub it. Obviously, nobody's ever gonna rub my face and be like, "Hi," ain't nobody gonna really do that. But let's just see. Okay. This is how it looks like of me rubbing my face. Obviously, I did not rub my face crazy because, ouch, that kind of hurt. But you know what? Like I said, for a foundation that I didn't set at all, not bad. I'm not mad at it. Oh, you kind of see a little bit of like the patchiness. I'm just like scrolling. Sorry, I'm like all over the place because I noticed it. But you can kind of see the patchiness like right here. And maybe because like I know my skin's on the dry side, so it's like clinging to certain parts of my face. But you kind of see that's like a little bit of patchiness going on. A little bit of patchiness, and that's because I told you like it self sets, so you have to work with this foundation in one go. Don't put it on and then leave. Like, you want to work with layers really quickly and you want to blend this out really fast. Even though the foundation is looking slightly patchy on me, I'm not going to blend the foundation because I am on some medication that like dries out my skin and my skin's constantly peeling and stuff like that. So maybe it's clinging more to the older skin and not clinging too much on the new skin, which happens a lot if you do foundation. If you ever like get your eyebrows waxed, any type of foundation on it, you know foundation doesn't cling properly onto new skin. So it could be that. I don't want to blend the foundation. I'm just going to say it's my skin. So right now I'm going to finish my makeup off screen and I'm going to come back with a full face and then we're just going to collect some thoughts and then I'm going to go about my day and do this wear test. So I finished the rest of my makeup and this is how it's looking. Honestly, at first, I wasn't really feeling the color because the foundation I know was like one shade darker. But, you know, after some concealer, a little finessing, I feel like I was able to make it work. So the only thing that I did not do was set my whole face with powder. Normally, I always set like my foundation, my concealer, all that kind of stuff. I usually always set it with a pressed powder or a loose powder. This time, I only set under my eyes and I believe my forehead as well, because that's where I put concealer. But everywhere else, I did not set. Just blush and contour and highlights and bronzer. That's the only powders I use, so I didn't actually use any pressed or setting powder. Also went in with the darker shade that I had from the event, and I actually used that to do a little bit of contouring, so it was actually deep enough for me to do like a nice soft contouring effect with it. So I did that, so you know, it didn't blend it nicely. Right now I do not feel anything on my face. My face feels really soft. My face looks really great, but obviously it is like early days. It's still early. Right now it is 3:44. I'm gonna show you guys. 3:44 p.m. and my face is on. My face has pretty much been on since 3 o'clock, but 3:44. I'm planning to check back in maybe after 12. I think that will be a good like 10-hour wear and see how it turns out. Anyways, I'm about to go start my day. Well, my day's already started, but I'm about to get ready for the event and finish off some videos. And I'll see you guys again in about 10 hours. So, yeah. Hey, bays. It is 12:03. 12:03 a.m. I am so tired. I'm exhausted. I'm literally like fighting sleep right now to just get this review out the way and this wear test. So I've been wearing my face since about, I would say, 3 o'clock, 3:30. So that's about what? 9 hours of me wearing this, and I'm exhausted. So let me zoom in and let's talk about this foundation. Hello, y'all. Hi. So this is how my face is looking like. I noticed that I am oily. I'm oily on my forehead, the bridge of my nose, right here, and on my chin. And yes, I did use other products on top of it, but obviously the oil penetrated the foundation and it hit the concealer, and then obviously the powder that I have right here. I don't get oily over here, so over here it's still okay. But yeah, I still have some shine. I did have to pat the shine away throughout the night because I was at an event. I just didn't want to look shiny. I wish I had kind of left it as is, but I didn't touch it for about 3, maybe 2-ish hours now. I just let it do its thing since I came back from the event and finished doing some content. But it is like shiny, as you can see. Like it is like shiny on my T-zone area. Let's see if it still transfers now that it's shiny. So I'm gonna put it a bridge of my nose. Yeah, it is showing up right there. Let me see if my cheeks are good. The cheeks are not bad. A little bit of color. Cheeks aren't bad. Yeah, I'm getting a little bit of over here, but I'm not gonna like knock it over here because I do have concealer and stuff like that. But I know over here and over here I didn't have any. So the oil, it did definitely transfer here, but it didn't transfer here because it's not oily. And I didn't set it with a setting spray. I don't know if I mentioned that earlier, but I did not set it with setting spray. I just let it do its thing. Texture wise, my texture looks pretty good. Like I think my skin doesn't look bad. Like to me, I think the texture looks okay. It's not emphasizing much or anything like that. Like I think it looks really like natural. It looks breathable. It looks pretty. Foundation is still lightweight. I don't feel it. I don't feel it on my face. I can move around. I don't feel like a layer or anything like that. So I do like that about the foundation. I think after a while, the foundation really adjusted, and I feel like the color looks better on me now. Because before when I had it on, I was like, I don't know, this color don't look real good. But I feel like it kind of settled in, and this could be a pretty good shade for me. Actually, it's not that bad. I will still go shade up, but right now I like the shade. It may not translate on camera. It may look perfect on camera, but before I did not like it, and now I'm looking at it, I'm like, you know what? She cute. This is a good color. I'm not complaining about it. Yeah, I feel like this foundation could be amazing if I set it with a setting powder and I do a setting spray, a mattifying setting spray and whatnot. I still think it's a great foundation. It's still very lightweight. I feel like if you are an oily person, set it. Especially in your T-zone where you get oily, I would definitely 100% set it. Definitely set it with loose powder, pressed powder. Go in with a setting spray. Like I said, I don't get oily around the perimeter of my face like that, so that's why it's not transferring. But obviously right here in the middle is oily, so definitely I would powder here. Overall I do like the foundation. I'm that type of person, like I'm not really picky with foundation, and this is like something I can just easily fix. Like the oiliness, is just take a little bit of pressed powder, tap, and then it will absorb the oil. So I'm not like, oh my god, I'm oily, it's ew. But and I'm also not an extremely oily person as well too. Like I could be more, I'm a combo, but I honestly I like it, to be honest. I like when it looks kind of worn in, because at first I looked really like matte at first, but now it's like worn in as if I were to spray like a setting spray and it like melted everything. So I like this foundation. I really do. I am so tired. I need to sleep. So I hope you guys enjoy this review. Urban Decay, I do like this foundation. I don't really have a problem with it. I just know that I have to do certain things to make it work for me. That's the end of my video. I hope you guys enjoyed this review and wear test. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe to my YouTube channel, and follow me on all my social media platforms at It's Safe Like Bay. So I am about to go hit the hay and sleep, and I'll talk to you guys another day. Bye.